To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you're listening to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination, that is always the first star to the right, and where the light in the window is always on. Join as we discuss the views from Walt's apartment.
Got myself. I love that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Walt's Apartment Podcast, brought to you by DisInsider.com and Getaway Today. My name is Sean, and I'm joined by a few of the hosts here tonight. Amber, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Sam.
I'm trying to finish my snack.
All right, you want him? All right, so we'll let her finish. Ethan, how you doing?
I am good. I'm happy to be here. Hi, Sam. We're missing you too, but you had stuff going on. You had teacher night. That's right.
Yeah, meet the teacher. Exciting.
I hope everything went well. I think you mentioned that this was your 9th year doing this, so congratulations. That's awesome.
Yep. Also, Brianna is working, saving lives. Sean is with his family. David is on his way to California to pick up one of his kids. So you got us three tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of fun stuff. Some people in here already. Bill says first. Hello, Bill. Danny says first-ish. Jennifer says hi, everyone. Hello, Jennifer.
Adam.
Mondo says howdy, y'all. Hello,
Hey.
Mondo. Tiffany says hi. Bill says that looks delicious. Amber, that looks delicious. Katie says hello.
Hey, Katie.
Nicole says hi. Hello, Nicole. Ethan is quiet.
What? Okay.
So it's Danny's Amber's taken after Sam, eating on air, LOL. And then Danny, I'm assuming
Sam drinks on air. I'm
okay.
here.
Well,
I'm the snacker.
Jennifer asked what happened. I'm not sure what happened.
We scared everybody away. That's what
What?
happened.
We're good. We got people in here still. We're good. We're gonna have a fun show.
Our co-hosts,
our
fellow
gotcha.
cast members.
Yeah.
We're missing like more than half.
This is why you have like 7 or 8 hosts for a podcast, because then you always have enough people to put on to do some kind of show. So that's what we're going to do. So I was going to talk about the shows that we do at the end, but let's talk about them right now. Amber, tell us about Force Friday. Tell us about that exciting Star Wars podcast brought to you by.
It's coming. It's
Okay.
coming.
All right.
We have the final episode of The Bad Batch this week.
Okay. See, that's why I asked. I didn't know that, but I was pretending to know that. So but yes,
probably next week.
Nice.
And Star Wars special Force Friday episode where we
You heard it here.
The Bad Batch.
Force Friday next week. Marvel Tribe is our Marvel show. It's based. We record on Sunday nights. This week I believe it will be Chris, David, and Sam will be on there. I will be out of town. I'll be up in Portland taking care of some stuff. So they will. I believe they have a special guest on as well. So it'll be a fun night, and they're going to be talking about What If, because What If came out today. We'll talk about that in our Marvel section tonight. Did you guys watch that?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. It's really cool. We'll talk about it a little bit, but there's really nothing but we'll get into it. Ethan, tell us about Extra Magic Hour, because you are now a host of that as well. So
So we're gonna be breaking down park news, talking some parks, talking some Imagineering, and we're gonna be talking about the DVC this week.
Yeah.
John and I. So we're gonna be talking about DVC. We're gonna dive into that a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna break it down the best that we can.
It'll be guys' night on the Extra Magic Hour. Ethan, you're a DVC member, correct?
I am. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I don't know a lot about it, so I just want to talk about it. Maybe for our listeners that don't know about it, explain to what it is, how it works, and that'll be fun. You put on the site the other day about doing a cut, about cutting something up or taking something out of the park and change it up. So change up
Change up Tuesday. I tried to come up with something a little unique, and I took Spaceship Earth, which is no communication, and sort of reimagined I changed it up to explore music and how it started and how it originated and how it has progressed over time. And I thought it would be really interesting. In Spaceship Earth, when you're coming back down to Earth, you get to create your own, way of communicating and your
Right.
way of, future. So I thought it would be cool if you could create your own playlist that you could download and then you could listen to, and that would be something cool to take home from Disney.
Yeah. I actually even have questions we'll talk about on that show about what spaceship Earth actually is, because all I've ever known, it just looks like a big golf ball. I did not even realize till about a year ago that there's actually a ride inside there. So
Absolutely.
we'll talk about exactly what it is. Danny asked if the special guest is Namor. I don't think so, but Lauren says hi. Lauren, she says she just watched What If and the Goofy new short. Did not watch the Goofy new short, but I did. What If was cool. We'll talk about it just a little bit and what's coming from that. And then Walt's apartment. I don't know if this is Amber or Sam that says this. Danny or SD. He is very special. Probably talking about Namor, I'm assuming. So
It's Sam.
and Jerry says, Ethan, we cannot hear you.
Oh no!
Which is strange because we can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Interesting.
So do me a favor, if you can log out and log right back in, we'll come right back into that. That's weird that we can and no one else can.
Interesting.
Hi, Amber.
Well, hello there.
This weather sucks, doesn't it?
It's horrific. For those of you that are not in Oregon, Southern Oregon in particular is inundated with like high levels of hazardous smoke in the air, and we're at like 109 today.
Yeah, it's insane, and I think
So
our air
it's like
quality.
you're in the pits of hell.
Yeah, and it's like you just have like this big orange sun staring down here because that's all that's coming through all the smoke is this big bright orange sun, and with it being so hot, the heat is just trapped under the smoke inside, and it's just it's disgusting. But we can move on. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. We can go on to some news. Let's bring him back in here.
Hey,
there we go.
I had the microphones. I can hear you. Can you hear me still?
We can hear you. So let's
All
wait
right.
for a couple of comments to see. Can everybody hear Ethan better now?
Yep. Can everyone hear Ethan? I
And
just called you
Eaton. I'm
Eaton.
Eaton.
Yeah.
You're Ethan.
Eton.
Yeah.
I get that a lot where I work.
All right.
Danny says
we're good.
Woo!
Danny says he can hear him. Mondo said that's gnarly. Mondo, it sucks, dude. Honestly, it's like I said, it's just so weird how the heat is trapped like under the smoke. So it's weird. Nicole says that I was just there yesterday and it was awful. Lisa says she can hear him. So
All right, we're good.
thank you.
Thank you.
So I think we're good. Yeah, you do sound a little bit louder now. So okay.
That works.
So we will go on to some news from our friends at DisneyInsider.com. We get all of our news from them, and like the first one. Make sure you check out Derek and Skylar's Patreon. No, I'm sorry, they don't do Patreon anymore. I take that back. They have their own show now on. I believe it's on all the same platforms we're on. So we're all under the same kind of big network under the Disney Insider. We bring our 3 or 4 shows to that, but they do have their Disney Insider show, and they also have their Disney catalog, which right now they're breaking down every Marvel episode in order. And it's like an hour-long podcast just dedicated to each one. So check out Derek and Skylar. Awesome. Check out the DisneyInsider.com for all your news, anything from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, you name it, Hulu, anything's on there. ESPN, they cover it all. We cover it all. So let's get into it. First story says we kind of talked about this a little bit last week on our show about Scarlett Johansson's her lawsuit, which I still think it's sad and unfortunate at this point. And I think we'd mentioned in the
brutal.
It is, and I did not expect it to go this way. I think I even asked last week, do we think this will be? I think I asked on the Marvel Tribe, or maybe it was the live last week. When do we think this will be over with? And I thought it'd be done within a week. I did not think it would go on like this, and that they're going back and forth like this, especially these two. I mean, she's been in I think 9 of the movies, 9 or 10 of the Marvel movies, has her own movie, which started this whole lawsuit. And then they announced about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, that there's this new Tower of Terror movie, and she's an executive producer on it, working with Disney. Rumor has it, and we're only speculating as a rumor right now until it's completely confirmed, that that's off the table now. That Disney has cut all ties with Scarlett Johansson and will not even be doing the Tower of Terror movie with her, which completely blows my mind because of how much she's given to them. And I don't know. You guys, what's your guys' thoughts? Because I think it's it's kind of BS. And I'm gonna say on both sides, but because not even on both sides, because I really think that she had every right to do that. But I think the way Disney's handling this, I'm sorry, we're a Disney podcast, but I think you're handling this wrong. That's my opinion. There's a better way to handle this, and we've talked about this, and it's going to change streaming rights for everything. I mean, it's going to change contracts. I mean, so no matter what, she's doing something positive, because she's going to change everything from here going on for everyone that would have something that could possibly be streamed. So, you guys, what do you guys think?
Ladies first, please.
Well, I'm solidly in her court on this one. She was an anchor female member of the Avengers since the beginning. She's pretty OG, right? And we know her character has touched all of that Marvel universe. And I feel like they're just doing it dirty. And all it takes is just kind of ethically looking at people's rights. I've been watching a lot of those shows on the movies that made us, right? And you get back information about how movies used to be made and how people get producer credit in exchange for almost funding their own movies in a way. And then actors would start taking, instead of payments, rights to sales or merchandise. And that's how they make actual, more of their money from some of these films. Granted, probably hers looked a bit diverse in the funding streams, but losing all of that 6-month run of box office money is huge. And if you spend years of your life working on one film, which is what this was, years of her life working on a single film, you deserve that salary, that pay that you were expecting for that. And I don't necessarily mean all, but there's an ethical way to look at the scenario that you're currently in, even if it's unprecedented, and go, hey, let's do somewhat of the right thing here and renegotiate this.
Right.
That's it. That's all that needed to happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Why is that hard?
I agree. I think, and it was actually, I think it was last week on the live that we discussed how, Dwayne The Rock Johnson isn't having the same issue, and how, it's a female lead as opposed to a male lead. I did find that really interesting. And that was something that I think, Sam had talked about a little bit, but it's really, like you mentioned, it's just an ethical thing at this point, that if you look at it just simply on ethics, it's completely barbaric. I can understand almost any company wants to make a dollar and make the money when it's necessary, but this just seems a little strange, especially when you start looking at the number of years she's helped and really pushed the company into the proper direction, especially Marvel as a whole. I mean, that the core cast of Marvel, she is right there. And so it's very, very interesting. And Sean, you hit it. And I think I talked about it last week too, but these startup streaming services, which I realize Disney isn't a startup, but in terms of streaming, they are. These startup streaming companies are going to have to take a page out of Netflix's book and start calling them Disney Plus Originals. They're going to have to start utilizing a different type of contract that they would for anything else. It'll be a completely different way of doing things that they're normally used to, because like Amber mentioned, the box office was a 6 to 7 month run, depending on how popular it was. That is where a streamlined amount of their money came from. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. This particular, the streaming war, I'll probably, try to coin it, but it'll be really interesting to see how the streaming war plays out. And I think right now, just looking at, nothing else, Netflix has done pretty well. And I think they should start taking a book out of Netflix's page. So a page out of Netflix's book. That makes sense.
We know what you mean.
I knew what I meant.
The funny thing, the crazy thing is like you said last week, Ethan, exactly what you said about Netflix and whatever, that they're strictly streaming. I mean, you have to think, I don't know what kind of, you're not hearing the same thing. I mean, Suicide Squad came out just this last week, and it was, I believe it was in the theater. I think I saw something. It was in the theater and on HBO Max. It did $12 million in the theater.
Yeah,
they can't be at with that at all. I mean, that was supposed to be a huge. Have you guys seen that? Any of you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet, but I do have plans to see it.
All right, Amber. I mean, we're not a DC podcast at all, but what do you think?
Way better than the last one.
Really? I did not like it at all.
Too much gore for you?
No, it was just like
It was definitely an adult content film. Everybody.
Yes,
So
definitely.
keep
It's
that in
definitely
mind.
rated R for sure.
Very adult. Very adult. It's not made for children. Okay.
It's not at all, but I did not like it. I mean, maybe it picked up like the last hour for me. I just thought the beginning was so. But then, like my son Zach said today, he said, "You know what, Dad? I get why you didn't like it." He says to me, it was comic bookish, and when he said that, it kind of when he said that, I'm like, okay,
novel. That's what it was. Very graphic novel with but you could definitely tell who directed it.
Oh, absolutely,
Feel that vibe?
And yeah, it's a definite James Gunn vibe, and I thought it ended well. I thought it, but at the beginning, I'm like, damn. Me and Lisa watch this, and we're like, we're gonna have to get through this now just to see what happens, because it was just like, really. And I don't want to spoil anything happening in it, but I mean, so much happens in the first like 5 minutes. Like, damn, now what are they gonna do? But it was okay. It picked up for me, but George says we watch all our movies in our home theater. Ridiculous. How you doing tonight, George?
With that. Hi, George. What's up, Matt?
Matt says, "Hey, how you doing, Matt?" But yeah, it's. I mean, you didn't hear anything from HBO stars, LeBron James as well. I mean, Space Jam. Obviously, that movie got hurt, and maybe they negotiated something before. Maybe Disney just kind of didn't do anything. So I don't know. I hope they fix this, and it's really sad to see that someone who's been so iconic for Marvel and for Disney, because I mean, you go to Disneyland right now and you're in Avengers Campus, you see Black Widow and you think of Scarlett Johansson. You don't think of anyone else that could do that role, because she does a great job with it. And I'm hoping that they don't. I mean, I don't know. I hope it ends well. I don't see it going well because it's just going
right.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then Danny says Suicide Squad starring Marvel actors with Marvel directors better. Shocker.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, it was okay. I didn't. I'm not going to go. We won't dive into it too much because we're not that kind of show. But it was great. It was okay. It was okay. Next story, we have two. Count them, not one but two Star Wars stories for Amber this week.
And there's even more out there.
Okay, well then you give us all you got. So hit the stories.
They announced a season 2 of The Bad Batch.
1 second. Chris made a comment and said, "Disney is lucky her character is dead."
Oh, it's true.
I that's a big, very true point, Chris. Because if that character was still alive, I don't know how they would fix this at this point. So
well, it's even want to get even darker. They killed her soul. Like that's when you really think about it. Like in the movie, her soul is gone. Like that's kind of dark.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
And George says we're doing a staycation this weekend. That said, we are going to the Grand Floridian. No parks. Ha ha ha. That'll be fun. Enjoy that.
Enjoy.
Brianna, how you doing tonight?
Hey.
Missing you? HBO paid out a lot of money to their actors when they decided to put their movies on streaming at the same time as the theaters. Okay, there's the answer then. So good job, HBO. So now going with your Star Wars stuff. I'm sorry, Amber. Go ahead.
Okay. So Bad Batch is going to have a season 2 that got announced last week. So that's a little bit of news. And then, as Jade and I suspected, when the Ahsoka Tano live series was announced, and the little blurb about she's hunting for Grand Admiral Thrawn, we assumed we would see a few key characters from Star Wars Rebels, the animated series. And it seems like we've got additional confirmation because they're looking to cast Sabine Wren, which is somebody we thought maybe we would see in The Mandalorian show up at some point. So that's some cool news. We're major Rebels fans.
Okay.
In case nobody picked up on that yet. And then the other interesting news. So Taika Waititi is, doing some of his promos for his current movie. And in some of that, people can't help but ask about other things, and he all drops little hints about projects. So he has turned his focus now to his Star Wars project, which is exciting. And he mentioned that the story is already finished. So they have a story written. I don't know if the full screenplay is done, but the essence of the story is completed. So I'm very excited for that. He said something to the effect of he sees a lot of himself in it.
Oh, that'll be good.
That's awesome.
That'll be kind of neat to have a new spin on the Star Wars universe. So.
Oh, absolutely. I think he's great. Did you guys see the short with Deadpool and him doing the
Oh my
movie
gosh, that was
doing the
so
movie review.
hilarious.
I was I'm like, okay, this is classic. This is great, and I can't wait for Ryan Reynolds to be more part of everything. I did see that. I don't know if this was true, but the Disney Insider actually put a story out saying that Ryan Reynolds pitched a story to Marvel and Disney of a Deadpool Bambi mashup. I swear to God, I saw it on the Disney Insider. It was on there, and that he pitched an idea to them for Deadpool and Bambi.
Yeah, he wanted to meet the hunter that killed Bambi's mom.
Yeah,
and like do an interview with him.
And I think even if we go back to the streaming thing real quick, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy comes out this weekend only in theaters.
That's right.
So I'm curious how that's going to look and how that. I mean, if it just blows everything out of the water, they're going to say, hey, people are back going to the movies. But I don't know. I think that's going to be interesting to see if that goes on to.
That would have been a hard sell on streaming, though, with the way it's shot. It's got that very 3D vibe. I don't think it would have landed well just in a streaming service.
I'm really curious to see how it performs this weekend. I'll be watching it to see for sure, because Ryan Reynolds is usually a pretty big draw anyway. So
yeah, with the way the graphics are and stuff, it's really like you're in a video game. And all of that content is going to get shifted around so much that on a small screen, you're just not going to, graphically, it's not going to play well.
Yeah, so. That absolutely makes sense. Is that all the Star Wars news we got? You hit it all there at one time.
No, there's a lot more, but I won't get into, all of those things. Cause...
Let's Ethan do his story. We'll talk about our sponsor, and then we'll let you do some more Star Wars stuff. How's that sound? If you got more, we'll take more.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So despite the 2021, issues that Disney as a company has been facing, many Wall Street analysts believe that during tomorrow's third quarter fiscal report, this media-driven market right now, where content is king, sort of like we've been talking about, could very well point in a positive direction for Disney as a company. Investors will be able to hear from the company around 4:30 tomorrow, so shortly after the bell. And of course, it wouldn't be Wall Street. It probably wouldn't be anything if at least one analyst saw things a little bit less than optimistically. So one analyst stated that Disney has performed poorly in terms of growth of Disney Plus and only produced average revenues from its nearly 106 million subscribers. So I think what's interesting about Wall Street is everything that's really good also has to have somewhat of a negative. So there's two sides to feeling about Disney, but overall, I think it was something like 46 analysts feel as though the company is going to start moving in the right direction. They're putting it as a buy, 11 of which are feeling neutral at the moment. So we're not Disney stock advisors,
right.
But overall, what I would say is that just in looking at the overall growth of the company, I believe they're up over 53% year over year, which obviously last year was a detrimental year for every company, but to be up 53% is pretty incredible. So all really pointing in the right direction, with parks, sort of coming back to life, but also having sort of that, mask mandate coming back into play, but the 50th anniversary coming to Walt Disney World. So a lot of things moving in the right direction. So it will be interesting to see how the stock performs over the course of the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. I remember last year when COVID started, the stock dropped down to like $75 a share. Mm-hmm. And I remember reading articles, and I think, George, you own some Disney stock, and I remember, yeah, right. And I'm thinking, damn, it's like $76. But there was an article out, and I don't know if this was true or not, but they were like within $2 or $3 of where Apple could have came in and bought Disney, because the stock had dropped so much. So I don't understand the stock market, so it's crazy stuff. So I don't get stock. I will be interested to see how that comes out tomorrow with their announcements. I know that they retooled a lot of their numbers from last year, because they knew that the parks are going to be affected so much. I mean, with everything being back open now, hopefully there'll be a good performance there, and they can, and George says he made a killing. So
there you go.
And he also says that I get all the hype from Star Wars, I get all the hype of Marvel and Star Wars. We need more Kurt Russell movies. We always need more Kurt Russell movies. Tombstone is probably my favorite movie of all time. So Kurt Russell's the man. So for sure. But yeah, that's kind of it. And you guys have any thoughts on what you gave your thoughts? Amber, any thoughts on the stock situation there? You think how it's going to?
I should have,
should have bought
a
when
way
it
to
was low.
invest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the article said it was down right now, or whenever the article was read, it was like at 171.
Yeah, I think after market, I just looked a little while ago. It was at 175.
Okay.
And then tomorrow at 4:30, they have the big fiscal meeting. I think they were going to be stating that shares are up like 56 cents overall, which is very, very good. So
right.
Overall, I mean, everything is based off of what they project for the future. So I foresee that over the course of the next couple of weeks, it should look pretty good with the 50th anniversary coming. There'll be drive to the market. I think, with the holidays coming up, I mean, what better time to go to Disney World than October and November and December to go and enjoy everything that is Disney. So that's
Mondo said 178 close. George said lowest 178, high 210.
There you go.
He said it's been very flat.
Yep.
But I mean, if you like Amber said, God, I wish I would have just bought some last year when it was $75 a share, because it's doubled just in the past year and a half. So they're doing something right. Maybe they could pay Scarlett some more money then, and then we'll. But I mean, like you said, the revenue. I mean, there you have the passes coming, the Magic Key coming back to Disneyland this month. That's going to affect the stock market. They're going to make a killing on that for sure, because I think it's an amazing value. So. But yeah, for sure. But Mondo says, I was stoked when it dropped around 80. I bought more and doubled my shares. Good job.
That's awesome. Good job.
Yeah, good for you.
Keep it up. Keep buying.
Lauren says, I have Disney stock, but my mom says I don't get that much. I share with my dad. Huh?
Nice.
Hey, sharing's caring.
That's right.
All right. So that's the news. Ethan, tell us about Getaway Today. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know about Getaway Today?
Goodness, I do know about Getaway Today.
Our
friend Kim over at Getaway Today helps us plan all of our dream vacations.
So even knows her name. Damn, good job, buddy.
Are you kidding? Listen, I did my research. I wasn't just going to come on here and look like a fool. Like I wasn't going to do that. I may sound a little, not great, but anyways. So our friend Kim over at Getaway Today will help plan your dream vacation. So whether it's going to Disney World or Disneyland, and I just heard Sam Lodecki say, Ethan, it's Walt Disney World. I'm sorry, Sam, you're right. So over to Walt Disney World or Disneyland or anywhere else in the world, you can reach out to our friends over at Getaway Today.
Yep.
They will help you plan your dream vacation, and they are great and easy to work with.
They are really cool. They are so pleasant and wonderful to deal with. We get emails from them because they tell us everything that's come out. Like the day that the Magic Keys came out, I mean, the minute Disney announced it, I had an email in my email saying, hey, here's what the whole Magic Key program is. Check this out. And they're great. And they do sell their Disneyland tickets a little bit slightly cheaper than you can buy the park tickets. So
that's right.
You can actually use those tickets and buy them for a little bit cheaper. Then you can take that money. You can actually use your ticket. Check this out. You can use your ticket at Disneyland, right? So if you buy a 2-day park hopper, right? And if it's after August 25th, if you buy your 2-day ticket, you go to the park for 2 days. On that second day, go over to the ticket booth outside there of Disneyland and cash your ticket in and put it towards your new Magic Key annual pass program.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's so cool. And the Getaway Today has been awesome. They've been with us like literally since we started this show, and we've had Jen on here. I do want to have her on. Jen is the vice president and one of the owners, I believe. We'll have her on again. The team, Haley, Kim, Rachel, Jen are all amazing, and will help you with whatever. Mondo says, "You want some?" What do you say? What does David say?
Here, Danny's got it.
Sorry, Jesus, sorry. I had. Get you some a Getaway Today.
And if
awesome.
you need a tropical escape, they also do sandals and beaches resorts.
I will do a shout out. Last night I was signing a customer up at my work because I'm a finance guy now. So we were signing them up there, and they were talking about my tattoos and stuff. And like, oh, that's Walt's apartment. I'm like, yeah, you're like the first person that's actually known what that tattoo is on my right arm. And we were talking about it. They go to Disneyland all the time. Like, yeah, we're trying to go in October. I'm like, well, I'm going in October. And they're going to be there the week before I get there, their last day is my first day in the park. So I said, maybe we can meet up. And they're like, I said, hey, here's my podcast. Check it out. Click on the link. As I went out to give them their paperwork, buying their car last night, she was on her phone on the Getaway Today site, checking it out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Good
it was
stuff.
awesome. Like David said, get you some of that. Craig, Sarah, congratulations on the new Colorado. But I hope that we're able to get on, and hopefully they could take care of you. Let's move on to some more Star Wars news. Amber.
Okay. So there was a little bit of talk about the Obi-Wan series. They're filming some of that now. And one of the actresses, I have a very hard time saying her name, but Varma. First name, I'm going to butcher it because I haven't practiced. Idara. Oh, anyways, she
like
mentioned it has a very indie movie vibe to it, so that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
I know, and because it's a series, it's not like an indie movie, but it's got that vibe to it, so that's intriguing to me. And let's see, I already talked about the Bad Batch renewing for season 2, even though I'm sure a lot of our listeners don't actually probably watch that show, but I'm expecting a grand finale of some kind.
I have a feeling a lot of them probably do. So that comes out on Friday still? It doesn't come out on Wednesday with everything else?
The Bad Batch?
Yeah.
No, it's a Friday thing.
Okay.
No, I think Star Wars likes that Friday slot.
Yeah. Matt says he digs it. Hopefully he means the Bad Batch. I have not seen the Bad Batch. I'm sorry, but I do need to watch it. I need to watch a lot of stuff.
Have either of you watched the new Turner and Hooch series?
No.
I tried.
Oh, really?
Didn't like it?
I tried.
Yeah.
We got through the first episode, and I'm like, I don't really think I need to see in the rest of it. Which is sucks, because I love that movie. I love that movie.
Yep.
It's just kind of awkward.
Yeah. I will say this. I felt the same way. Like, it's a little stale almost. Like, it seems very forced.
Yeah.
But I have gotten in a little bit deeper into the series. Jen liked it, so we've been watching it. It has gotten a little bit better, but it's less forced, like comedy forced relationships. It's a little bit less of that going forward, but you can still really get that vibe and that feeling, which can be a little, I don't know, not off-putting. It's just like, okay, I don't really need that anymore. But overall, what I will say is, like, Josh Peck, who was a Nickelodeon star for many years ago, and it's cool to see him again sort of in a role. Yeah. And I will say that if they were trying to, the goal was to try to make him look like Tom Hanks' son, I see it. I can see it.
Is that the story?
It's part of the story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Comment here from George a little bit back. Says, spend a weekend with Airbnb. Can't wait to spend the weekend with Walt's apartment. Ooh. George, that would be awesome, because on August 25th, I will be buying my Magic Key. So I will be going to Disneyland a lot more. So we were talking tonight about different, we're going to go in October, maybe January, maybe March, May. Let's do it. I mean, and we have, literally the price of this pass, just to break it down real quick before we move on. Yeah. The pass that we're going to get is $649. Okay. You can hold 4 reservations in a 90-day period at a time.
That's awesome.
So if you think about it, just those 4 reservations right there pay for it. It's pay for the pass itself.
Really?
So so you have to think it's $150 to $200 for a park hopper at Disneyland.
Yeah, so, that's why I buy the annual pass at Disney World.
I cannot wait. It'll be the first time I've ever been annual pass holder, awesome. Magic Key holder. I can't wait to do it. But there are some blackout days. There's one pass that's $1,300, but that's if you live down there, live close. But you can go whenever you want. There's no blackout days, and you can have 6 reservations at a time. We're going to dive into that a little bit more on the Extra Magic Hour, just how that process works. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, George. If that ever happens, we will definitely coordinate, and you can come down and we'll show you Disneyland for sure.
Yeah, so, just thinking out loud too. Someone should jump on the Magic Key pass holder Facebook page. Someone should make that immediately. And
there is one.
There is.
Sure there is.
It has like 50,000 followers already. It's crazy. So Yeah,
Wow.
and it's just I'm excited for it. I've
That's
never
awesome.
had that opportunity or that option to be able to have something like that. So I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool to say, oh, we want to go this weekend. We have plenty of flights from Medford now that can just pop down there on different days of the week now. So it's going to be cool. I'm excited for it. But Matt Franco says, usually I'm a Disney World goer, but was out at Disneyland once during New Year's. It was awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome. I've only been to Walt Disney World once, and I was 16, but I still think Disneyland's is my place. So
We just got to get you out here.
Yeah.
Really experience it.
It just seems like so much work. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to go 3,000 miles for one, and then it's not just one park or two parks. It's 4 parks. So you're there for at least a week, right? If you want to see everything, right? So
I'll be honest. You can do it in a weekend. You just got to have the feet.
4 parks in a weekend?
Oh, easy. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. And Nicole says here as well. And if you have purchased tickets for a future trip, you can upgrade them as well. So they were smart with this. People anticipated it being so much worse than when it came out, and it was very the value is great on it. I think it's going to be great. So let's dive into. You guys haven't seen What If? Has any of the people watching seen What If yet?
I have not seen.
Okay.
I just saw it pop up on Disney Plus and was like,
yeah, it's really, really cool. And it's basically the idea is, I'm not blowing anything by this. There's a guy, I think there's this guy called The Watcher. Mm-hmm. And it's going into the multiverse, obviously. So it's multiverse. It's all wrapped around that. So the first story is what would have happened if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. And it was really, really good. It was a cartoon. It was animated. It was like old kind of comic bookish. Yeah, it was cool. I really, really liked it. Me and my grandson Caston watched this morning, and Lisa was watching a little bit, and it was just really, really good. Lauren says it's 2-hour plane ride Disney World from Chicago.
Yep.
George says next year we will do all 6 parks in one day. Going to be fun, dude. That I've seen that done, but that's awesome.
George will do it.
But I want to get in. Any guys? No one else has really seen What If over here. Check out What If. I know the Marvel Tribe will break it down, talk about it on Sunday, so be looking for that. I want to get into the game. Ethan came up with a game this week, which I think good one. It's a good one. It's fun actually, and it's based on our friend Scarlett.
Yeah,
you know, we're gonna call this game the Vormir Leap.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. And basically what we've done is we've pitted up some Disney characters. I've changed a few of them, Ethan, from what you gave, but I changed a couple of them.
Switching it up, huh?
I got some input from my kids, from Lisa, helped me change a few of these up to kind of make you tug a little bit more. Basically, going to put 2 people on Vormir Mountain, and what you get to pick which one you want to jump off.
Yeah.
Oh, which one we want, or which one we think ethically would jump first?
See, and that's the thing. I did that. No, see now, Amber. I was talking to Mackenzie, my daughter, literally an hour ago, and she said, "No, Dad, you're doing this all wrong. It needs to be the way you just said." I didn't have time to redo it, so we're going to do it to who you like to see leap off, because I was actually wrong in that thinking, and my daughter was right. And
I thought it was going to be more philosophical and based on your character, and you know,
we can look at it that way. Still, I think
it's a cool.
We've got plenty of time. There's 20 minutes.
Actually, it's just a cool way of picking one that you like to not see anymore. It's a this or
that with a cool name.
It's a this or that. Yeah,
it is. One's got to go.
Here I was all agonizing over Luke or Ray. Who would more likely do it first?
Right.
Based on their personality and their connection with the Force. And I got so deep in it, I spent literally an hour.
That's one I changed. But go ahead. So now, since I don't have
So ethically, what did you come up with? Who ultimately pushed who?
Okay, so what I came up with was that Luke would try to meditate on it for so long that in the meantime, Rey would get frustrated and just jump herself.
Whoa, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I think that Luke would propel the next line of Jedi and decide to give it to her. That's the fun. That's the interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
very interesting.
Okay, so these first 2 are not the ones that you guys even saw in our chat. So the first 2 here are Elliot the Dragon or Wendy from Peter Pan.
Interesting.
Elliot's, just that carefree guy, doesn't really give a damn about anything. Wendy's the caring motherish figure, I guess we could play this the way you're talking about. That's totally fine.
Which one we push off, or which one
Yeah.
we ethically would jump first, or try to jump first?
Or try to jump.
Who do you think would try to jump
I just
first?
keep seeing the like the fight that was happening between them,
Right.
who was going to jump first, so in a tussle, I was like, who would win out?
I think Elliot would jump off because he's just kind of dumb and would
Yeah, that's kind of the way that I feel,
not
too.
realize what he's doing. So
I think Elliot would be the jumper here. I think he'd eventually realize that Wendy would need to stick around to propel her life.
Danny says Wendy jumps, save the dragons.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
fair.
I
Jennifer
could see
says
that
Wendy
point.
as well. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, I see that. I see. We can do this both ways, actually. So this one here, did you picked right, Amber? Did you pick?
No, but I don't really know either of these characters.
Okay,
very
that's fine.
Well, so whatever.
Okay, you probably don't know these two either because you never finished this movie. But Miguel or Luca?
No.
I did finish Miguel, but I haven't finished Luca yet. But
Have you watched
it?
it?
Fair, I started.
Okay.
But then I went to bed because I was sleepy.
This one I'm not going to sound. I don't want to sound rude, but I hope Miguel will push Luke off because I think Luke is annoying.
Yeah. Dang. I kind of feel the same way.
Burn.
Yeah. Dang. This one's hard. But I almost feel like Miguel would be the person who would want to sacrifice himself first. But I think if I had to push someone, I'd be pushing Luca. He can go. But I think Miguel, being the type of person that he is, would be willing to jump.
Right. Danny says Miguel jumps, save Pixar Namor. Hello, Mary. Mary says lost power from the storms. Well, welcome.
Oh, no.
Welcome in. Hope everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Next one, we know who these two characters are. Iron Man or Captain America.
Oh, who jumps?
Oh,
Captain
okay,
America
good point.
would do it first.
Yeah.
Miguel already knows the way to navigate Land of the Dead. Very true, Danny. So, okay, so you think Captain America? I think he would say he would take it. Yeah.
I think Cap would be the first one to jump if necessary. Yep. I don't even think he'd question it. I think he would just. I think he'd just leap.
I like this way better. So let's just keep going this way. This is. How about you? Do you feel the same way, Amber?
Yeah.
Okay. Jennifer says Captain America. I think we all kind of agree on that one.
But to make a case for Iron Man, I think that Iron Man would be smart enough too to realize that in order to propel the Avengers in the right direction, I think Tony would say, "I have to be the one to do it," and he would try to stop him.
Yeah,
but I think
there would definitely be a fight there for the other scene. Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, Tony jumps right after uploading his consciousness in a computer. That's fair, Danny.
Yep.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Tony was the ultimate sacrificer, at the end to by snapping his fingers. This one's going to hurt you, Amber. Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Han Solo or Chewbacca?
That's just mean. Look, I'm wearing Chewbacca right now.
Oh, okay.
It's very
All right.
fitting.
There we go.
Look at that.
All right.
So we know your answer then,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
I think this is pretty easy. I think
push
this is pretty
Han
easy.
Solo.
You push
you
Han-
can't.
okay.
Yeah.
You can't sacrifice Chewie. I mean, come on.
No.
Right. But I think Chewie would do it on his own.
Yeah, he would. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he owes a life debt to Han Solo, like forever.
Right.
Forever, and leaves his family and all these other things to fulfill this life debt. So he, of course, would try.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny says Han jumps. He kept trying to die anyway. So we're kind of torn on that one. I think it's either one on that one.
That one's tough. That one's really difficult.
Next one here, Loki or Killmonger.
Oh,
this was yours, Ethan. This was
this is one that I thought was really good. For me, I think there's a huge battle on this one because I don't think either one of them is really going to want to have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If I have to push one, I think I'm pushing Killmonger as much as I really appreciate his character. But I think Loki would be the one who would still be standing at the end. I think Killmonger would have to be the one who leaps.
Yeah,
Loki would trick him.
Yeah. Loki would trick him in
that's
some
tough
way
stuff.
into it.
Yeah, these two guys don't want to die, so they're not going to. Neither one of them are going to want that power. They're going to fight to find out who's going over. So they're literally going to, So Amber, same for you, or
Yep.
okay? Danny says Loki makes the projection to look like he was jumping and then push Killmonger in the back.
Yeah.
That's
Nice job, Danny. Good thought.
perfect.
Yep.
That's perfect. Next one here, Buzz or Woody?
I think Woody would be the one to jump here ethically. If I had to push one, I'm pushing Buzz.
Oh, come on!
Sorry.
I think
Oh.
Woody would jump. I mean, in Toy Story 4, I mean he left,
Yep.
because he knew it was the best thing. So, but yeah, I think I'd push Woody too because I love Buzz. So, got a couple of comments here. Buzz falls with style.
There you go.
Mary says, "Wow, Ethan."
I'm sorry.
Lauren says, "Buzz." Joe says, "I'm pushing Woody." I agree with you. Amber, how about you?
This one's hard. Is it,
It is.
Toy Story 1 Woody and Buzz or Toy Story 4 Woody and Buzz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4, they leave each other anyway. It's just a matter of how they
Yeah.
leave,
Right.
So
Well, but
And
their
what team you're on.
personalities
Right.
and their growth as characters.
Buzz grew
I
up
think
so
there's
much
a
in
different
that-
answer.
Yeah.
Number 1 to number 4.
It's true.
Buzz completely grew up more than anyone, I think, in that whole the whole storyline. He took over the role as the leader, I think, but I love him. So, all right. So, no answer from you.
Buzz.
Okay. You pushing Buzz or Buzz will jump?
Both.
Yes.
Okay. So this next one here, I kind of did this one. Ethan doesn't know what's coming up with here. So, what, Mama Coco or Carl? And we're talking Carl from Up.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah, I got that part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I am not gonna answer this question.
Mama
Actually-
Coco.
Oh, Mama, yeah, you can't put anyone up against Mama Coco.
No. Dang. My own.
I mean, Mama
emotions-
Coco is pushing Carl.
Oh
she's
yeah,
she's gonna be wheeling over as fast as she can.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
he'll be coming at her with his walker. I mean, that's just a battle to the end, man. Can you imagine these two going at it?
Can somebody animate that for us as a
Oh
short?
my god, that would be great. I think for me,
Mary just says
oh,
no.
right? That was a good one, Sean. Very good. I am going to be. I think Mama Coco would end up at the bottom of Vormir. I think
Ooh.
Carl would be up at the
Wow.
top.
Lisa says
Yeah.
bye, Carl. My wife just says bye, Carl. Okay.
Bye.
Wow, Carl gone.
Adios.
You can't get rid of Mama Coco. That's just my opinion. She's
Ooh,
Mama Coco. You can't.
that's tough. That's tough. Good one. Very good.
All right. Oh, wrong thing there. So got a few more here. How about another Star Wars one? R2D2 or BB-8?
Well,
Right?
It was originally R2D2 or C3PO, but I couldn't do that.
that's too
That's too easy.
Oh, yeah, it's easier than BB-8 and R2D2. I'm gonna need
Okay.
like 30 minutes to dissect this.
We have about a minute. So, what do you think, Ethan?
I am thinking BB-8 is going to roll off and R2D2 lives on.
Joe says he's punt kicking BB-8. That'd be the
Well,
way to
I
go,
mean,
though.
Which one
that'd be
I'm
the way.
shoving off is easy. Ethically, how
Ethically.
this battle would
Okay, who you
happen
shoving
between
off?
the two characters. BB-8.
Who are you shoving off?
Yeah.
You
okay.
can't. R2 is one of my favorite characters. You're not doing anything
Okay.
with R2. He's the hero of all the movies. Are you kidding me?
It's true.
So
Okay.
yeah,
you've
no,
already
it's just a
answered your
matter
question,
of who. If it's just the two of them fighting it out, I think
Yeah.
R2 would get the upper hand. But But would he want to kill himself off the edge of the cliff? No. So he'd somehow get BB-8 to do it.
Yeah.
Danny says BB-8 tries to push R2-D2. R2 flies with his rockets and drags BB off with a grappling hook.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
Okay.
you go.
Good job, Danny. I love that.
Mary says they would both roll off. Robin says BB-8.
Yep.
So we have one more left. And any idea what you guys think it is?
Is
I'm
it
gonna
like
guess,
a battle of the princesses or something?
No.
I'm gonna guess a princess or a Marvel.
No. Mickey or Goofy?
Oh.
Yeah, Mickey,
Goofy
the man
knows
himself.
his place. He's jumping.
Goofy would trip and fall and do it on accident.
Okay, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Goofy would do it on accident. So yeah,
I think
Mickey would just put out his big shoe and he'd be like, "See ya."
Yep.
Come on.
Comments over here says Goofy trips off. Mickey wins. Goofy isn't smart enough. Mary says Goofy trips off. Danny says Goofy falls before he even knows what's happening. That's yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. Well, that's our game. That's
That was
our.
fun. That was a lot of fun.
Good idea, Ethan.
It
Good idea.
was.
So Ethan is the
very
new
much.
game. He's the new game master.
I
Walt's
gotta be
So-
honest. I have like a notebook full of ideas that I've put down, and I've had to save them because I don't want anyone to steal them. So I'm like,
Okay.
there's stuff that I even shared with you, Sean, that there's a whole nother like 8 pages I've never shared with anyone. So
Oh wow. So
Wow.
basically,
All
All
Ethan
right,
will come up.
people,
We'll
so stay
yeah.
tuned this
Stay
season,
tuned.
everybody, because we're
we've
going to
got-
have new
we've-
game
yeah.
ideas.
we've got some fun stuff. I think one thing that I think will be really fun, and I hope that we can start once everyone starts getting used to us, and you guys have such a great array of followers. I think it'd be really fun to start like a bingo, like a running bingo game,
Mhm.
and have people print out little boards and have a bingo night, like, and
There you
see who hits bingo, and then you can do a little giveaway. And I would be happy to have something like that, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I think Mary and Danny would do very, very well playing like, I don't
Ethan-
know, like a bingo night. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Sounds like Ethan has plenty of good ideas.
Oh, tons of
Yeah.
them right up here. Right
Mary,
up here.
why do you think he's on here now? No, it's going to be fun. I forgot to even mention when we started here, this is our first episode of season 2.
That's right.
This is season 2, episode 1, and right at an hour like we always do. So Amber, Ethan, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Make sure you listen to Extra Magic Hour. That'll come out on Friday sometime. Marvel Tribe will come out on Sunday night. If I get home early enough from Portland, come out Sunday night. It might come out Monday morning, depending on when I get home. Man, you guys heard it here from Amber as well. Force Friday episode next week as well. So that will be cool. We will break down all the episodes of Bad Batch, and I'm looking forward to season 2. Season 1 was a kick in the ass, and I can't wait to see what we have coming this year. So from all of us here at Walt's Apartment, I want to thank you so much. And I hate to say Walt's Apartment. I shouldn't say it now. I'm going to wait a second, okay?
All right.
We hope you enjoyed the view from Walt's Apartment. Good night, everyone.
Good night.